Hello peeps, and thank you for swinging by to a new episode of Knobs and Switches. My name is Dirk and we are talking today about delay. Not the delay of the Deutsche Bundesbahn, that would be boring. No, we're talking about the DIC V2, a stereo digital delay from Strymon. See you in a sec and Vorsicht an der Bahnsteigkante. This is my very first pedal. No, actually not. This was my very first pedal. But this has nothing to do with this story, so anyhow. Okay, this is my second purchased ever pedal. A Boss DD5 digital delay. Sounds great, easy to use, and it handles very well line signals. There's only one drawback. It has only a mono input. Therefore, I have to search for a stereo delay. I prefer a digital one because I'm a sync and clock nerd and I really want to sync it up to my setup. So I discovered the DIC from Strymon. Strymon sent me one over, and of course they have no influence to this video. So today we will investigate what's going on with the DIC V2. This is the second version of the DIC. They released an earlier model with only 5 knobs. That's the difference between these both. The earlier model is missing the tone control. The DIC V2 came in this nice black cardboard box together with a quick start manual, a sticker and a power supply. But I will use the CrazyChain Mark II from my friends by MyVolts to power up maybe more than only the DIC V2. The Strymon DIC V2 is a dual digital delay reminiscent of the mid-80s rack delays. It looks great in its pink brushed aluminium housing, which makes a very high quality impression. It looks good and it feels good. No wobbly knobs, the switches are nice. Very good. You have 3 types of delays. 2496 is the most hi-fi, modern, clean delay sound. ADM stands for Early 80s Adaptive Delta Modulation Process, which provides a percussive wideband delay that adds more character when input dynamics increase. And we have a 12-bit mode, which sounds a little darker and warmer. We have the master mix control for the wet-dry mix. The 50-50% position is at 3 o'clock, not at 12 o'clock. Please have this in mind. Same for the second delay. It's named Mix 2. It's also wet-dry mix, and 50-50 is on the 3 o'clock position. Repeats adjusts the number of repeats for both delays. Tone sets the feedback. Filter response, turn left for high cut to reduce the highs from your delays, and the opposite is if you turn right for low cut to pronounce the highs of your delays. Time control is the master timing for your delay. When you clock the Strymon via MIDI externally, the time control becomes the subdivision for your delays. Time 2 sets the subdivisions for the second delay. You could choose between triplet, eighths, golden ratio, dotted eight, and dotted quarter notes. And at the end we have modulation off, a light modulation and a deep modulation. On the back we have a mono/TRS stereo input. That's new. You could switch between mono and stereo with this input switch. On the version 1 you have to unscrew the bottom of the pedal and set the mono/TRS stereo with a dip switch inside of the delay. You have a stereo out left and right, USB port for MIDI and firmware updates, and an expression MIDI control input to externally control the DIG V2. It's possible to control every parameter via a MIDI CC, but honestly I'm too old for MIDI CC, so I will only use the knobs on front. A nice add-on is the Strymon straight expression, straight MIDI cable. It's not a bargain, it costs 45 euros, but it gives you the possibility to MIDI clock the Strymon. A bit irritating is that in all descriptions for these cables they talk especially about the Strymon Riverside and the Strymon Sunset, that the cable is for organizing presets, and there is no word about MIDI clock. But I asked the guys from Strymon and they told me this cable is working for all Strymon pedals with an expression input. But the DIC V2 still has few options in the background. One is the power up mode. This allows you to make general settings. For example, whether a line or instrument signal is present at the input, or spillover mode, or true bypass mode, or a factory reset. The procedure is always the same. Press and hold the on switch while powering up. Okay, then leave the button when the blinking stops. And then use the time control, for example, to select between green, instrument input, or red, line input. There's also an overview in the manual for all the other options. After that, press either foot switch to store your changes and exit power up mode. The other mode is the live edit mode. This makes it possible to make settings without having to reboot the pedal again and again. Press and hold the on foot switch until both LEDs blink to enter the live edit mode. And now you are able to change, for example, the sync mode between delay 1 and delay 2 with the time 2 control. If you go to the left side and the green light is on, it means you are in sync to delay 1. And on the opposite, it's red. That means it's free running. So first in sync. You have to enter this with the on button. And now it's free running. Or for example, MIDI clock. For this you need, of course, the expression MIDI cable, a device with MIDI clock signal, and if you go again in the live edit mode and switch the type switch to 12-bit, now you disable MIDI clock. For MIDI clock you need the opposite, the 2496. The light changed to blue, and after this, if the DIC receive MIDI clock, the tap LED becomes flashing blue light in blue light. You understand what I mean. Other possibilities are with the time 1 control. You could set up the overall subdivision. If you go to the left side and you have the green light on, you have dotted 8s. Amber means quarter notes and red half notes. And so on. There's also a list with all the options for the live edit page and of course for using the DIG V2 via MIDI CC. You will find the complete manual on the Strymon website. See the link in the description. Firmware updates are also easy to use. Download the Strymon update tool from the Strymon website. For Mac OS the actual version is 2.0017. Connect your device via USB-C and the update tool will find an available firmware update. Press install and lean back, have a sip on your coffee and wait a bit for finishing the update. That's it. Very easy. Conclusion. Yes, I really like the DIG V2. It sounds great, it has a lot to offer in terms of rhythmical variations. It's MIDI clockable and of course stereo. That's great. I can't say what the difference is sound-wise to the first version. I never used the first DIG version. What I know is they have implemented here a newer ARM processor. They added the tone control, the very convenient mono stereo switch now outside of the pedal, and the USB connector. And if you are using DAWs, I could say you didn't need the TRS MIDI cable for MIDI clock. You could provide MIDI clock via USB-C and it's working fine. Yeah, I'm really enjoyed it to work with the DIG V2. One small thing, we have 3 types of delays and for me they are really close together, and 12-bit reminds me to my old Korg DSS1 sampler and to a more gritty lo-fi sound, and I wish that the 12-bit type would be more lo-fi. And you have to get used to that the 50-50 wet and dry mix is on the 3 o'clock position and not on the 12 o'clock position, how it's normally is. But hey, that's really a thing. If you know it, of course you can handle it. Yes, I really recommend that you try it out. I think you didn't get disappointed with the DIG V2. I hope you enjoyed the video, you are a bit entertained, and of course hope you come back to my channel. Please spread the word, subscribe, leave a comment below, and yeah, see you soon. Bye.